Hi, legends. What is up? It seems that every time I go live, the price of Bitcoin is dumping. What is happening over here? Right. It just seems that every time I do a live stream, we have a dip opportunity, buy the dip opportunity every single time. So that is why I'm always a little bit late, because I am there buying up the dip, adding to my swing positions, just going crazy. As you guys can see, where is it? I've been going a little bit crazy here with my portfolio on Bybit. And remember, the reason I can go crazy, and I just want to stress low leverage, is because of the low fees at the moment. If you go down in the description right now, you click on more, you will see that you can enjoy an insane 20% reduction in your fees for 30 days. Hence, I am building swing positions because it really helps. It really helps when you're building swing positions and you're keeping them open for a longer period of time. It really helps to have a little bit of fee reductions. Right. Also, I'm in a little trade on Mexi. Opened a Atom long when I saw that dip. So I need to show you guys this. Right, go down into the description like I wanted to show you guys, and you get an insane 20% fee reduction. And I've opened, as you can see, 11 trades over here. Okay, 11 trades, and please, this is what I am doing. I am not telling anyone to do what I'm doing. No financial advice. I am purely doing this for entertainment purposes. Okay, right. Anyways, I was there buying the dip, and as you can see, I've got 11 trades open. I've got Zilliqa, Algorand, Atom, AVAX, CRV, DOT, EGLD, HBAR, Illuvium, KSM, and Mina. Right, Mina is in a little bit of a loss, but I don't mind. It is swing positions, and obviously I am still looking for lower prices. I hope we get lower prices so I can start adding a little bit and nibble a little bit more at these positions. Nonetheless, let's see what is happening with the price of Bitcoin. Nice recovery over here. I know it looks a little bit messy. I've just been playing around, seeing some fib levels, fib expansions, trying to work out where can we possibly turn around. And Bitcoin is not in an easy range to trade. It's a lot of corrective structures here, up and down, up and down. Okay. The one thing I did work out is, okay, let's just stick to the smaller time frame now. When you take a fib from the low to the high, I was looking at the 618 area over here. Okay, together with that, I was also looking at CVD. Look at CVD. I mean, CVD is such a powerful tool. Okay, look at this. Look at blue. Bullish CVD. Yellow, not yet. Yellow is still a little bit higher. Okay, but nonetheless, some nice. So the blue line over here is all exchanges combined. Remember, and then the yellow line is only Bybit. So from a CVD perspective, what you want to see is just the basics of it is higher low in price action, lower low on CVD, which shows absorption of people trying to aggressively market along the area. And then the big limit orders, the market makers limit orders kicks in. And that is the absorption that is taking place there of the shorts. Okay, and then looking at this structure, the target is this high, and that's usually how you trade CVD. So when you see CVD like this, you target the high, you would typically enter stop loss below the low, and your TP1 is here by the high, and perhaps we will get even a little breakout to the top, and we'll just have to observe price reaction when we get here. Do we break out with high volume for continuation, or do we SFP, get acceptance back below the level for further continuation inside the range? Okay, so just wanted to share that little bit of knowledge over here. I just want to find out, is my mic good today? I know I have been having technical issues and mic issues, but I have figured out what the problem is. I just need some time to fix it properly. So I did try and fix it somewhat, but yeah, it's not gonna by me tinkering is not going to fix the issue. I have, for the techies out there and people know what I'm talking about, is I think I have a RAM issue on my PC. So when I have all my tabs open and all my charts open here and stream here together as well, then I run out of RAM, and that impacts my mic, and it impacts how I show you guys the charts. When I take my pencil, I have a delay on my side, but today it seems fine. When I draw the line, it happens. Okay, so plan of action for me is I need to go and upgrade my RAM. Okay, so once my RAM is upgraded, it should eliminate the issue completely. Right, so looking for a new MacBook Pro to buy. Okay, so I can be mobile as well. When I go on holiday or go away somewhere, then, you know, I've got my laptop and I can do a stream, keep you guys updated as well. So looking at a MacBook M3 and at least 32, 36 megabytes of or gigabytes of RAM. Right, so it is a RAM issue. So for those that's been following me on my live streams, you know that I have had some mic issues and delays and things like that. So I think I have finally sorted out or identified what the culprit is. Okay, it's a RAM issue. Right, let's look at this price action over here. What I do like is that we bounced here at the 618, almost tapping the 786, and we got a recovery. Okay, nice, inside the golden zone. So for those of you that don't know, between the 618 and the 786 is referred to as a golden zone, especially, and I don't use RSIs to trade, but when you see, let me just bring it up, okay, the RSIs bottoming out while we are inside a golden zone, you have a high probability that you are going to get a bounce. Okay, together with CVD, so you have CVD playing in your favor, you are inside a golden pocket, you are at the bottom, quite aggressively shooting up here, but that's the 15-minute. I think if I go here onto the 1 hour, see, also at the bottom while you are inside the golden zone. Right, beautiful trading opportunity where you're expecting a bounce. I mean, you know, you don't want to go and bank all your money in claiming the high, but at least you want to say that, well, from a conservative perspective, you take a fib from the high to the... Okay, I'll need to take that scribble out to see where that low is. Okay, from the high to the low, and you can start taking profits here. So let me take this fib out. You can start taking profits by the 50%, 618, and then you can leave some of the position open to come and claim this high and perhaps even the top of this channel. Right, so let's zoom out a little bit. Let's just see from a macro perspective, where are we? Let's go on to the 4 hour. And while I do that, say hello to the community. Welcome, everyone. Chris, Lol, welcome. Thanks for joining. You are gifting us. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Brahim, it's okay. We can hear you good enough. Perfect. Happy about that. It looks like my mic is good. It doesn't sound like I'm underwater or echoing. Unfortunately, I can't hear myself, so I rely on you guys to tell me how it sounds. Sounds like you are in outer space, but it's clear. Perfect. As long as you guys can hear me and you can make out what I'm saying. So once I buy my new MacBook, the issue should be sorted because it's a RAM issue. I've noticed even if I bring up my system preferences over here or my system monitor or activity monitor, what they call it. Let me show you guys here just quickly, just drag it across for you guys. You can see that my RAM is running here in the orange, and sometimes when I open up a couple of more tabs, it starts clocking here into the red. It only has 8 gigs. It's not nearly enough. I need at least 16 or higher. Right. So that is my issue at the moment. Nonetheless, that's the fun part. Buying new technology is always the fun part. So looking at getting myself a nice little mobile laptop that I can take everywhere. Okay, cool. So sounds like you're on outer space. Okay, MacBook Air 3. Yeah, not sure about the Air. I think I would like something with a little bit more muscle. Okay. Just got mine. Stunning performance for such a portable, thin device. Okay, perfect. Yes, I know the M3s are absolutely insane. I would like to get just something a little bit with more muscle, to future-proof it as well, so that I don't have to go and buy a new laptop in 2 years' time. I can at least keep it for 8 to 10 years. Right, cool. So you are here to see the analysis. You are here to see, well, what is next for Bitcoin and some of my favorite alts. Kind of looks like we are here in a triangle, okay? Pennant, whatever you want to call it. I don't care about the names of the patterns. I don't trade them. But this is considered a bearish pattern. Okay, so if you go and search for this pattern on Google, you will see that this is a bearish pattern, where typically how it plays out is you consolidate inside here, and then you either have a fake out to the upside and boom, you drop down. Okay, you climb the stairs and you jump out the window type of thing. So nonetheless, a bearish pattern. Okay. What I do like is, you know, you can't always trust these patterns, because some of these patterns have like a 60% accuracy rate. Some of them have a 70% accuracy rate. So, you know, I don't trust the patterns. I look for price action here to tell me and give me clues as to the next move. Okay. But what I do like is that here I've got the previous all-time high that we've smashed through. So you see, we first got rejected, bang, smack bang down to the downside. Then we tried again, got rejected. Then we tried again, got rejected. And then some nice green volume started kicking in, and then we bounced on top, flipping, you know, RS flip, that's what they call it. You flip resistance into support. And now we had a nice little bounce over here by the 786 in the golden pocket that I've just shown you guys. So could this be that we're going to find more momentum here to the top of the channel, or even break through, retest? That's what you want to see for a sign of strength. You retest it, you don't come back, and we find continuation to the upside. Okay, like I said, these patterns are not 100%, so you want to see us break here with high volume kicking in, smashing through that pattern, and then you want to see the retest with lower volume. Okay, much lower volume. Then you know, okay, there's a higher probability that we're going to stay above for continuation to the upside. Right. One of the other things I wanted to show you guys is you have to stick with the trend. The trend is your friend until the end. And the one thing we have to acknowledge is that we are still trending up. Higher lows, higher highs as we are trending up here. Okay, and that momentum can continue here. Right. So for now, you have to trade with a friend. With a friend, yes, with a friend as well, that helps, and with a trend. Right. I want to go on to the 8-hour here and just zoom into this little structure. Perhaps the 4 hours good enough. Okay, when I look at this structure over here, okay, we can still make a deeper correction. So let's say this triangle does play out, and perhaps we find some strength here, and we go and claim the high, we reject here by the top, and we come down, we break down, we retest the scene of the crime, and we start making our way down. The one thing that I am still keeping an eye on, and it's not off the cards just as yet, is that when you take a fib from this low that we've made over here by $59,000 to a potential high, but for now we only have this high to work off, so I'll work off this high. And obviously, if we find higher momentum here to the upside, you'll just move your fib up, is to say that we could, looking at this structure over here, we could still come back and retest the 50% fib level, the 618 fib level, the 786 fib level. I would not want us to tap the 0.88, because from an Elliott wave perspective, generally speaking, when you make a wave and you touch the 0.88, probabilities increase that any move up is a corrective structure and not an impulse anymore. Okay, so I would like us to maximum hit the 786 to confirm that we can still get massive bullish continuation to the upside, even taking these highs again. As soon as you here tap the 0.88, and usually how this happens is just a little bit of education for those Fibonacci traders out there. This is how Fibonacci traders trade. One of the tricks in the bag is that you have a fib, and you can do this on the 1 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame. We just now here working on the 4 hour as an example. If you come down here and you tap the 0.88, and you can go back test this. It happens very often. Often what happens, more times than not, is you come back, you test the 0.618, and then you go down. Okay, that's a very common trading strategy for Fibonacci traders. Okay, so definitely I'm not ruling out any deeper correction here to the downside just as yet, looking at this structure. What I would like to see if this does play out is that, got the pen, if we do come back down here and we either bounce on the 0.618 or we bounce on the 786, even the 50% fib level, doesn't matter. I would like to see between this pivot and this pivot bullish CVD building up. Okay, that will then confirm momentum to the upside, of which this will be the target. So let's go look at CVD quickly here. Right, so here on the 15-minute, let's go on to the 1 hour. Right, let's look at CVD from a bigger structure perspective. Yes, just look at how bullish this looks. Something's wrong here. Let me just do this. Okay, that looks better. Right. We already have bullish CVD against that pivot. Ooh, okay. Bullish momentum is not stopping, guys. That's why you have to buy the dips. Look at this. I'm saying that I would like to see bullish CVD, but it's already there. Look at this. Much, much higher low in price action, and look at blue just falling down. Okay. Yellow still needs to catch up. So if we do get a correction, okay, and we come tumbling down here, and yellow starts moving down as well, and then we have bullish CVD on yellow and on blue. Obviously, blue's going to move down more. That to me is a golden trading opportunity where you enter, you have your stop below the low, perhaps you build a swing trade, low leverage, low capital, not risking more than what you can afford to lose for that bounce to the upside to come and claim the highs. Okay. Right. Personally, I would love for this move to play out, because if this happens, it means I can buy my favorite altcoins at better prices. Right. Okay. Obviously, I like to chart Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the king. I know everyone's excited. Everyone wants to know which are the altcoins. I am building an aggressive bag of altcoins because Bitcoin tends to get boring at times. Okay, and then I jump to the altcoins because I see better opportunities over there. You know, when I look at some of these lists, Near Protocol 7%, Dogecoin, it was 10% this morning, it's now fallen down to 4%. But I like the big percentages because I can use very little capital and make significant gains than trying to play these small little moves up and down here on Bitcoin. Okay, so when I see opportunities on the altcoins, this is where I rock and roll. I jump into the altcoins. I leave Bitcoin alone for a little bit. I will still chart it to see where there's possible rejection and bouncing areas because the market does follow Bitcoin. But I would rather go and play 5 or 3 or 10% opportunities on the altcoins than trying to scalp inside here, up and down, up and down. Okay. That's just how I'm playing the market right now, because you don't often get these opportunities where the altcoins are exploding into the air. You're right. When we were in the bear market, it was boring. You stayed away from altcoins because Bitcoin goes down 1%, the altcoins fall down 10%. You know, you just stayed away. Especially here, I remember how boring the altcoins were during this phase down here. It was extremely boring over here. Okay. Altcoins only started doing their thing when Bitcoin started changing momentum, but especially during this phase, this is where you saw the Solanas and the Runes and, you know, your big layer 1 coins smashing and breaking up into the air. And now where we are now, we're seeing a lot of popcorn effects on the altcoins as well. So I am milking the opportunity while I can, because maybe a couple of weeks from now, we're going to be back at Bitcoin playing the boring price action up and down, trading the ranges, because the altcoins are either bleeding or standing still because dominance is going up. So just, you know, you need to take advantage of the situation. Right. Now that I am here on the bigger time frame, I just want to check out something quick. How's this bullish scenario going? Okay. You guys remember this? Okay. We are still here at the 1.618. We are still here. We haven't really broken through with confirmed volume to the upside to tell me we are definitely going to the 2618 level. Okay, just as a quick recap, third waves can be very impulsive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third waves can be very impulsive. It can go to the 2618, 3618. It loves the 618 targets. Okay, but for now we are still here inside this 1, 2, 3. We are now busy with the third wave here, and this third wave can still explode, but we are slowing down here by the 1.618 level. And at the moment we are below that level. So it could mean that this bearish pattern can play out where we consolidate inside this bearish pattern, we break down to go and complete the fourth wave. Right. Then we still have to go and complete the fifth wave inside the bigger third wave. Okay. And then we're going to make a bigger correction round about here to 64, give or take. I mean, it can go a little bit lower. Just to give you guys an idea is if I take this fib extension out the way, typically how you would measure this is that you take it from wave 2 to wherever wave 3 is going to end. Okay, and that will give you a target for your wave 4. Wave 4s loves the 382 and they like the 50% fib level. When you come down and you tap the 0.618, it means it's an invalidation of the fourth wave and you've counted the entire structure incorrectly. This could already and potentially have been the end of 5 and we're going to start tumbling down. Okay, so the maximum retracement that I see is $57,000 here. If we start getting a correction from where we are right now, I do not want to see us go below the 50% fib level. We can go a little bit lower. I just don't want to see us touch the 0.618. So it's all just based on Elliott wave rules, is to say that if a fourth wave comes to the downside, it taps the 0.618. You've counted something wrong. It's not supposed to touch the 0.618. I have seen it happen on some of the altcoins. Okay. From a more mature market perspective, it seldom happens. So the more mature the market, the more it respects Elliott wave theory. The lower the market cap of the coin, the easier it can be manipulated, and it disrespects Elliott wave theory rules. Hope that makes sense. So if you go and apply Elliott wave theory on the Nasdaq or the S&P 500, you will see that it almost never breaks Elliott wave theory rules, where Bitcoin still sometimes breaks the rules and the altcoins just don't care. They do whatever the hell they want. Okay. Let's take the brushes out. So just looking from a macro perspective, let's take this. So, I mean, we don't know how high this wave 3 is going to go, but another correction I want to work out is if I take it here from the bottom of this green 2 over here to potentially we do finish the 3 over here. Okay. This correction can take us here to the 382 to the 50%. Okay. It can go as low as $54,000. Right. The interesting thing I want to check quickly is liquidity. Let's go have a look at liquidity. Heat map. Let's do this. Ooh, you guys see the longs building up on top? This to me, early shorters. Let's go wipe them out. Generally what I've seen is that price will only turn around when it's really wiped out and tired out people of early shorting. It keeps on liquidating them. They start giving up, and when there's no more liquidity, price falls down. Okay, so let's go here onto the weekly. You can see the liquidity building up here from this move that we had to the downside. So for me, if I'm a market maker, I will say, let's go grab that liquidity. We fill our short bags and we send the price down. Okay. And remember, bigger players, that's buying with hundreds of millions and billions of rands or dollars. Sorry, I'm here in South Africa, so my brain sometimes thinks in rands. That's our currency. Is that they need liquidity to fill their bags. Okay. It's the simplest explanation, and we can go into a lot more detail to explain how liquidity actually works. But the simplest thing that you have to remember is that bigger player institutions that buy massive bags to the upside or the downside, they need liquidity to enter a short or a long. Okay. Right. There was a lot of liquidity by $66,000. I don't know where that liquidity went to. It looks like it's dried up. It looks like there was a lot of liquidity here. Now it looks like it dried up. Let's try the symbol and see if that changes. I'm going to the weekly. That is actually very interesting, unless that was a trap where there was, you see this liquidity over here. Okay, there was the same amount of liquidity 2 days ago, if I remember correctly, here by $66,000. Okay, and often what market makers will do is they will set traps. Like you see beautiful liquidity here to the downside, and you're like, yes, we're going to go down and grab that liquidity. And then this happens, liquidity starts building up to the upside, the liquidity disappears, and these, it's a trap. It's basically a trap where the people shorting here were thinking that we are going to come and grab this liquidity, and now there's no more liquidity, and now price is starting to turn around. Now they're like, oh shit. Okay. Perhaps we will make a lower high and we'll come down. Okay. Right. Let's say hi to the community. Nagajan, hey Devil, nice dumpy action. Yes, I hope you guys were there buying the dip. I have my eyes set on 57,750 range. Let's see. 57, yeah, definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. I think even with this correction, this fourth wave, this mini fourth wave over there, we can get there. So if I switch off this, let's just zoom in a little bit onto the 4 hour. Okay, I can actually take this flip now out the way. I still have this trend over here. Okay, I keep trading. And momentum, very simple. I can go from complex Elliott wave theory and confuse everyone to my simplest trading strategy that I often use, which is my one-line trend strategies. And I will leave a link in the description at the end of this video when I'm done with the stream, to show you guys how I apply that simple one-line strategy where I am killing it from a day trading perspective. Okay, cool. So even looking at this structure without going into Fibonacci and making it complicated is purely looking from a pattern perspective. This is a bearish pattern. And looking at this trend line over here, you could argue that even if we still go up in this pattern and we get exhausted, price gets exhausted and we start falling down, we can still come and bounce here, which will be, depending on how aggressive this move is and how early you hit this trend line, you can come down here to $56,000, $59,000. Okay. I mean, you can even break this pattern and you are still maintaining market structure. Okay. Low, high, higher low. Okay, you could literally still come down a little far, and you can then take a flip from the bottom to the top, wherever the top is going to be, and you can say, well, yes, we can even hit the 786 over here by $46,000, and the market structure is still intact from a bullish perspective. We haven't broken macro structure to say that, okay, we are going down lower. So we could literally still come down to $46,000, wipe out all the longs and liquidations. Not that I see a lot there at the moment. I see more liquidity here on top, which I think we need to go and grab before we fall down. Well, if we fall down, that's also another question. If we fall down, because like I've showed you on the Elliott wave scenario from a bullish perspective, third waves can be very explosive to the upside. And for now, we have to acknowledge that we have found support above the all-time highs. Okay, all-time highs here to the left. Right, what else? Hi Devil, where can I find the CVD you are looking at? The website is called Charts. I'm not sure if you guys can read this. Charts.aggr.trade. Okay, you don't have to put in my name there at the end. The reason I have my name there is because I'm running a script in the background that gives me these nice lines. But when you go to this website, you can use it for free. It's just not going to look exactly like mine, because I do have a script running in the background, which I've shared with our Legends Discord community. So if you'd like to join our community where we all trade the CVD together, myself and Andy give daily updates. Link is also down in the description, and we have 25% discount at the moment. Right. Also, just want to share again, this is my portfolio. Where's my portfolio? This is my portfolio that I'm currently building at the moment. Some of my favorite altcoins, and not necessarily my favorites, but good altcoins that I see potential in to still have a little bit more upside before we see a correction. Okay, so I'm building some swing positions over here, and as you can see, low leverage. I think the most leverage I've used here is 3x, but then I've got 2.5, 2.7, 2.8, managing my risk. I know where my invalidations are, and I'm just building a little bit of a swing position and expecting some higher prices to come, and we can go through some of these altcoins. And for those of you that has been following me, a little bit of dumpy action over here, you will know that I am keeping an eye on Atom. Right. And maybe before we jump into the altcoins, do you guys know, let me know in the comments, do you guys know what do they call it? If I look at Atom, for example, the Atom BTC chart, if I go and look at the Atom BTC chart, so let me open up a new tab over here and show you guys, do you know what it is used for and why people look at it? Okay, for those of you that's been following other crypto influencers as well for a long time, and you've been here in the bear market, you'll know exactly what the hell, getting myself confused here, what I'm talking about. Okay, I have a list here, BTC pairs. Okay, and I have Atom over here as well. So it is Atom or Cosmos versus BTC. Okay, and this, in a nutshell, I'm not going to go into too much detail. It shows you the strength of the coin over the price of Bitcoin. That's the simplest way that I can explain it. Okay, so when you look at a chart and price goes up, it means the coin is outperforming Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin can be doing this, for example, and then this coin is doing this, right? Which means that Bitcoin is getting exhausted, and this is outperforming the price of Bitcoin. Okay, and it's especially important to watch some of these of your favorite coins, to watch some of these charts, especially the ones that you are buying into. And I've made my list over here. I've already had a look at it, and I'll take you guys through it, just briefly explaining to you what is going on here. Is you want to see your coin that you are potentially trading breaking out and showing strength over Bitcoin, okay, which then gives you those explosive moves to the upside. So if you want to know which coin is showing strength in the market, this is the chart that you go to, okay. And generally speaking, what you will see is, let me just take my scribble out here. Let me show you the Atom example over here, okay. So I've got Atom here on the daily time frame, okay. Generally, or almost always, what you will see is if this scenario had to play out, here you can see on the daily time frame, Atom strength over the price of Bitcoin. It's found a bottom, and now we are at the bottom again. And this to me just looks like a good bouncing area. You know, it's all a game of probabilities, and technically we are at support. We haven't broken it yet. We haven't done a SR flip. Sometimes I get confused reversing it. SR flip would be that you break down, you retest the scene of the crime, and you go and find lower prices. Okay, which means the coin is then extremely weak. It's better to be inside of Bitcoin. The reason why a lot of people are getting out of Bitcoin at the moment, and I've also seen a lot of professional traders are leaving Bitcoin alone right now. They are trading altcoins because some of the altcoins have already broken through. They are showing strength over the price of Bitcoin, which means you will make more money trading that alt. Okay, it's the simplest way I can explain it. Okay, so on Atom, this is what I'm looking at. I can tell you guys now, if we find support here and we start consolidating and we break through here, you want to be an Atom. Okay, you don't want to be an Atom when we break out here. You want to build your position here. This is where the fear is. People are like, oh, we're going to break down. We're going to, you know, it's the fear. It's the fear. You want to buy the fear and you want to sell the greed when we come up here. Okay, because I can guarantee you most retail traders are going to get in here. You want to get in here. You want to get in early. Okay, but this is what I am doing. Let me not tell you guys what you need to do. This is why I also made a video yesterday why I'm so bullish on Atom. Okay. This is why I'm so bullish on Atom. So, I mean, I've played this little breakout here to the upside on my Mexi account, but if I go back onto the daily just to show you guys, you can translate this back into the price of Atom. You know, you've got Atom versus USDT. Okay, Tether. Right. Is that I still see if Atom is already over here and it breaks the BTC chart, okay, I see a massive explosion. Yes, I have a TP1 target here at the 0.618, but I am expecting much higher. I'm really expecting much higher. And the reason I say that is that, I mean, look at this. Okay. Not all altcoins, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think all the altcoins are going to make the previous highs. Okay. But I think the good fundamental ones, the ones that you've done your research on, the ones that have survived the bear market, and the teams are still alive, they are well funded, the white papers make sense. Those ones will definitely hit the all-time highs and even go higher. Okay, so looking at this structure, I mean TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4, TP5. Can you see how beautifully these 618 levels align with resistance to the left as well? The 5.618 is exactly in confluence with the highs over here. Okay, let's go down. There's a consolidation area over here and a consolidation area over here. 3618 is confluence with these highs over here. Okay, you can see how the 618 levels aligns to resistance levels towards the left. Okay, that's when you know that your structure is counted properly. Okay, this is definitely, well, not definitely, nothing's guaranteed in the market. This is a wave 1, 2, and we are expecting a third explosive wave to the upside. When I draw out my fib extension and I look to the left and I can see that the levels are lining up with resistance to the left, it just gives me more confidence that my count is correct and we can hit these targets. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so as a minimum target, I am still expecting the 1.618 to be hit. Okay, we're going to hit some pretty nice resistance over there. Look at this. You fall down, support. Okay, and then you break to the downside. Take the scribble out. So I am still bullish on Atom, and this is why I am building an Atom position, swing Atom position, and I'm also currently in a Mexi trade over there with a little bit higher leverage, and I'm expecting us to come and hit this $19 area. Right. Okay, let's go back to this chart over here. Atom over BTC. Okay, so now I know, now I hope that everyone understands the concept of Atom over BTC. Okay, it shows the strength of the coin over the price of Bitcoin. So it's still a far way away, a long way away, okay? But it can come up here more aggressively and then break out here to the upside. Okay, or it can consolidate, but this is where you want to build your position. Okay. So what I'm trying to also tell you is I would rather want to be in Atom than in Bitcoin when this happens. Okay, another one. Let's look at another one. DOT. This is why I'm bullish on DOT. I'm very bullish on DOT. Look at DOT. DOT has already broken out. So, I mean, look at the entire structure. There's the highs over there. I've just put a nice little trend over here. And when I zoom in here, okay, it looks like DOT has broken out. It's currently above the trend. These are the coins that are showing strength over Bitcoin, and it also gives you a clue that these are the coins that's going to pop next. Okay. I like this green volume kicking. Look at this nice green volume kicking in over here. We had a fake out, but we kept at this trend, consolidating against the trend line. We found support again at the support area, and then we had the bounce, and now we're breaking out. We are still now above this trend line. So DOT is showing tremendous strength. Let's translate that back into the price of DOT. Where is DOT? There we go. Let's go on to the daily. Okay, so there's many things that you can look for confluence and to add to your confidence when entering trade and building up spot positions. So everyone saw this little pump. Let me just zoom in here. Everyone saw this nice little pump from DOT today, and it's because of this. It's breaking out. It's starting to show strength over the price of Bitcoin. Okay, let me take the scribble out here. So I do expect, if DOT can remain above this trend, I expect DOT to be the next one that's going to just explode here into the air. Right, then zooming out onto the daily. Oh, there's still so much to come. Right. TP1 618, which is confluence with these lows. Okay, TP2 2618, which is confluence with these highs over here. 3618, which is confluence with this consolidation area. 4618, the highs over here, and then 5618 is not even at the all-time highs. Okay, so I do expect DOT. Honestly, no financial advice. I do this for entertainment purposes only. I just like to draw little lines on things that go up and down. Okay, I do see this happening. And perhaps you build a handle over here, and what does that look like? Okay. Nice cup and handle, and then potentially we never know how the bull run is going to play out. Then when you take the measured move to the neckline, you could even go higher, okay, to $106, let's say $100, give or take. DOT is definitely one of those fundamental coins that can even go as high as $100, just keeping it realistic over here. I'm not saying $1,000 and $5,000 like some of the other influencers, just keeping it realistic. I will still be taking profits on the way up as we hit each 618 level, and definitely from a spot perspective, I will leave the position open for higher prices to come, because Bitcoin is already here. Okay, Bitcoin is already here. And perhaps Bitcoin is now going to form the handle and then shoot up. Right. What else? DOT. Let's just read through some of the comments before I carry on and take a sip of water over here. Right. Also love walking that fine line on the FIPS. Yes, yes. Fortuna. Kasu, welcome. Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Nice dumpy action. Yes, I've gone through that. Devold, where can I find? I've gone through that. G2G, thank you for the quick update. Cool. Have you checked ETH versus BTC? Yes, let's go check ETH versus BTC. Do I have ETH? I should have ETH versus BTC. Okay. So here on the daily, you can see I've been tracking this channel on ETH, and here we had a fake out to the upside. Got a lot of people excited over here, and we built a bull flag. It looked like a bull flag, and we're going to find momentum to the upside, and then we broke back into the channel. Okay, and we kind of found support again. Yeah, you can see where we found support. Okay, so this has offered support, and we had a second attempt, a third attempt, and now we are back inside the channel. So perhaps the next retest will give us that momentum to the upside. Okay. But looking at this, ETH still has a long way to go. Okay. So people think that ETH is almost at the top. It's catching up to Bitcoin. It's going to run out of steam. Looking at this chart, ETH still has a long way to go. ETH can surpass Bitcoin, take the all-time highs, and go much, much, much higher when this starts happening, when the breakout starts happening to the upside. Okay, so here's your ETH versus BTC chart. Okay, still looks bullish. This is a bullish pattern. Okay, when you have a pattern to the downside, okay, and just a little bit of and I'm sure a lot of you do know this, that if you have a pattern, doesn't matter what the pattern looked like, you have a triangle, you have a channel, most patterns to the downside have a bullish breakout to the upside. Okay, this is a bullish pattern. Okay, has a breakout to the upside. Patterns, obviously vice versa, patterns that run to the upside or channels that run to the upside has a higher probability of breaking down. Okay, so I like this channel. Although the price is going down, it's still a bullish channel, expecting us to break out with some nice volume and momentum to the upside. Okay, let's get rid of all the drawings. What else? What else? Go through the comments. Right, everyone sub and smash the like. Yes, please smash up the like, hit subscribe for future notifications, and show some love. Hit the like, share the content with your friends, family. You know, I'm here to share the alpha. I'm here to share the news. I'm here to teach everyone how to trade and be a successful day trader. Right, I don't like to give signals. I can only tell you what I am doing with my portfolio and applying good risk management, but it's up to you to hit the button and do your own research. And yeah, so there's something else I wanted to show you guys. Please remember, I am building a swing position over here on 11 altcoins at the moment. Some of my favorites, which some of them I've gone through already. And if you go down into the description right now and you sign up with my Bybit link, you will get 20% reduction in your fees for the next 30 days. Okay. And obviously you qualify for that $30,000 bonus depending on how much you deposit and trade. And for those of you that cannot trade on Bybit and you don't want a KYC, I've got Mexi. I'm also aggressively trading with Mexi and BingX at the moment, where you get 20k bonus for Mexi, 5k bonus for BingX. Right, go sign up with the links, come trade with me, let's have some fun and benefit from the lowest fees. Right, what else? What else? EGLD. Did I go through EGLD? Okay, let's go back here. Do I have EGLD? Yeah, of course I do it. Of course, I've already charted it. Okay. Also, you'll see I'm here on the daily time frames because I'm building larger positions. I'm not day trading. Day trading is getting in and out of the market. Typically a trade that lasts a couple of hours or a day. You're in, you're out, you make a profit. Okay. These swing positions that I'm building at the moment is a longer term play. Okay. Right. So some of these altcoins are not easy to chart, okay? Some people will think, well, how on earth do I put my trend line? Do I now do this? Okay, just get that out the way. That thing is in the way. Okay, do I now do this? No, that doesn't work. No, this doesn't work. No, this doesn't work. No, you look for clear pivots that balance and touch. To me, this was just a deviation above the range, but you can see connecting these pivots, okay, has a lot of touches. It makes sense. It touches this pivot. It touches this pivot. So this is the breakout that I am expecting from Algorand. Not Algorand, EGLD, eGold. Okay, cool. And this also looks like a wave 1, 2, and perhaps an explosive wave here to the upside, showing strength over the price of Bitcoin. So it still has, it's here at support. You see where Algorand is. This is where I'm building my positions. I'm not building my positions for the ones that's already here. Okay, I'm building my positions on the coins that's still here, expecting that breakout to the upside. You might just have to be a little patient. Okay, patience rewards traders. Trust me when I say this, when you are patient in this game, you will be rewarded. When you are trying to become a millionaire in a week and you are in and out of trades, chances are you're going to get liquidated and very frustrated with yourself. Okay, cool. But, you know, nonetheless, you want to be patient, because just measuring this is, let's say we only break out when we get to the end of this little wedge over here. Okay, it's still... It's still 180 days away. Still 180 days away. Okay. But it can be sooner. We could start making some upwards momentum here. And just this upwards momentum will already shoot the price into the air. All right. Expecting that breakout. Okay. Because this could be a 1, 2, and we are going to move up from here and perhaps not consolidate anymore. Right. What else? Algorand, H-bar. I think H-bar was not an easy one. Let me see. No, it's fine. It's fine. H-bar is fine. Okay, let's look at H-bar. Nice little trend here to the downside. It looks ready. It looks ready. It looks, you know, it's been squeezed inside here. It's been squeezed inside here. It looks like it wants to go. Okay, it looks like it wants to go. Finding nice support over here. And it's been tested multiple times, and yeah, obviously, you know, from a bearish perspective, when you start doing this and you retest this, you know, that's where you have to, that's why you have to still apply good risk management, because this can happen. Okay. And if you're one of those brave souls that are still buying and adding to your spot bags when this happens, and you know, you can have a great entry, and then this happens, and you're like, I am the person that bought over here. Yeah, I have the lowest entry. Okay, I'm going to make the biggest gains. Right, what else? What else? Let's take the scribble out. ILV. Do you guys know ILV? ILV is a gaming token, and I was quite bullish on it during the last bull cycle. Okay, I did buy some at the top, but I also accumulated here at the bottom, so it has brought my entry from a spot perspective down significantly. But even from an Algorand, from an ILV perspective, I am still building my swing position. Okay, you might have seen it there in my Bybit portfolio. Still expecting us to maybe range a little bit more in here, but when that breakout happens here to the upside, nice gaming coin. I believe in the project. They have good fundamentals. They've survived the bear market. They've still been building. And I mean, you can just see the insane upside that lies ahead. Is that this almost looks like a flat line. It looks like it died. Okay. And perhaps it will get a little bit of a wake up, leaving everyone behind that didn't build their positions in this area. Okay. Mina. Also bullish on Mina. Let's see what's going on here. Did I not chart it? Okay. It looks like I didn't chart this one. Perhaps it was a difficult one to chart. That's the most obvious trend that I see. Okay. Not an easy one to chart. Also, you know, I've only got data here from August 2021. Right, but we have found a floor over here. We have found a floor, and perhaps this is a 1, 2, 3 here to the upside, or we're going to consolidate a little bit more, also expecting that breakout. But nonetheless, the reason I'm accumulating Mina is not because it's done this and it looks great. It's because it's still below the trend. I'm looking for the coins that are still below the trend. Those are the spot bags you want to fill, because that is where millionaires are made. It is people that's buying early. Okay, when the price is here and you start buying, you're already late to the party. Okay, everyone in the pub is already drunk, and you get there, now you have to play catch up, you know, tequila after tequila after tequila. No, you know, you want to be early at the party. You want to be the first one there, and you want to go home before the police comes and the fights break out. Right, what else? KSM, you guys like KSM? I really like KSM. Also, it survived the bear market. It looks bullish. Looks like it wants to rock and roll. Not a easy one to track from a BTC perspective. Perhaps one could argue that this one has already broken out. Okay. One could definitely argue that it's already broken out. Connecting the pivot, you see, bounce, nice support where the trend line offers support. Yeah, it offered resistance. You reject it. This is how I find valid trend lines. I look for, does it offer resistance and support? Okay. Broke down, broke through. It's fine. We did get a mini bounce over there. Struggling to break through. So this could be that it is about to lift off. It has already broken out. This is perhaps the retest, and we are going to go to the moon. Right. Okay. So KSM looking very bullish, and let's translate that back into the price here on the daily. Let's look at KSM. Ooh, early. Right. Wow. Okay. Don't know how to stress this enough. You know, this is where you want to buy. Look at that beautiful straight line over here. It got a little bit of a heartbeat. You know, I call that the shock. When you come from a massive accumulation zone, it looks like a straight line when you zoom out, and you get the paddles on the chest. You know, I see this as the paddles on the chest, you know, shocking the coin back into life. Doop. You can expect that. You can expect that. Right. Okay. Hope this makes sense. take the brushes out here. Let's zoom into this price action. Okay, also wave 1, 2, expecting a third explosive wave to the upside. Also tracking this momentum line. Okay, it looks like we broke through with relatively high volume, so I want to see, let's go onto the 4 hour. Okay, see, nice green volume kicking in here. We broke through this triangle that I've just shown you on the higher time frame. You want to see us hold above here. You want to see us hold for momentum here to the upside. 0.618, 1-to-1 ratio, 1.618, and then, you know, you just keep some of the position open. 2.618, 3.618, 4.618, and so on and so forth. Right, so still bullish on KSM. I am, and that's why it's in my bag. That's why I'm loading up. That's why I'm buying up the dips. That is what I am doing. Not telling you guys to do the same thing. Right. This purely for entertainment purposes. Right. That is basically it. Is there any coins you guys would like me to have a look at? Okay. Before we wrap up here, please, you know, give me a couple of altcoins you guys would like me to have a look at. Are you holding or seeing these gains be made in the bull market, or to hold for more years to come? No, so swing trades, the swing trades I want to close out before the bull market finishes, okay? And typically how I know the bull market is almost over is that when people start phoning you that haven't spoken to you in 20 years, that is when I start taking profits already, okay? So for my swing trading portfolio, I want to be out of the market before the bull run ends. I don't mind if price goes higher as long as I've made some significant gains and I get out before the police comes. From a spot perspective, I will also be taking some profits, okay, because my entry price is relatively low because I bought and I accumulated during the bear market. There I will leave it for, depending on the fundamental of the coin. So I've got some coins which I'm just trading because I want to make money, and it goes up and down and the technicals looks great. And then I've got some really good fundamental coins that I believe in the team. The white paper looks good. Those ones I'll just leave, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Solana, like Rune, and Atom and EGLD and Matic and DOT. Those are the ones that I will leave until, you know, 2030, like you said. Right. You want to have a look at Bitcoin. I've already discussed Bitcoin during the beginning of the live stream, so please go and rewind and you will see where I've analyzed the price of Bitcoin. Okay, but for now, let's see where we are. Let's just take all of this scribble here out the way. Wow, there is a lot of fibs in here. What happened over here? Oh, I've got my brush on here. Let's take this out the way. Let's just close off by looking at Bitcoin. What can we expect over here? Okay, I like the bounce. I really like the bounce. 786 golden pocket, almost 786 golden pocket. Let's look at CVD. Just clean this up. What do I see locally? I like to look at local CVD. What is the smaller time frames telling me? Let's do this. Ideally, what you want to see on smaller time frames to confirm a reversal is that if price had to come back down, okay, without taking this, okay, so I did that wrong, just not to confuse everyone. Okay, if price had to do something like this, it comes down and we start forming bullish CVD again, okay, maybe on blue or on yellow or on both. It looks like blue could play ball. You form a bullish CVD that will then confirm a proper reversal to the upside, okay. But from a larger time frame perspective, let's just take the tool out the way, go back onto the 15-minute. There is indeed bullish CVD, okay. Nice bullish CVD on blue, almost on yellow. If it had to drop a little bit more, maybe we would have made it on yellow, okay, but nonetheless we have it on blue, and of which the target is the highs. You guessed it, the highs over here, okay. And another way to invalidate this scenario playing out, and this is what CVD, you get people that only trade CVD. They have a trading strategy built around CVD only, and they are very successful, is that if price had to move up here, okay, and CVD starts doing this, okay, you start making bearish CVD. Lower high on price action, higher high on CVD, that then counters this CVD. It's countering the move. That's usually when you get out. Okay, you're at least still in the profit. You're like, okay, I'm not going to wait for the highs. Let me rather get out. Okay, but as long as it stays neutral and you have still bullish CVD building up with this little momentum here to the upside, you can definitely come and claim the high and even higher. Right. Cool. That is it from my side today. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Enjoy the evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. I will see you guys again tomorrow. And until the next one, cheers for now.